2 cards, but only 1 background stamp.
Hello everyone, my name is Brennan and welcome to
Brennan's Crafty Corner.
Hello everyone, my name is Brennan and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you a couple of different ways to use the 1 background stamp. The nice thing is you don't have to use the background stamp I'm using. You could use basically whatever background stamp you have in your collection. That is okay. I just really love this one, so I wanted to showcase it. Without further ado, let's get into this video because I really love this one. It's just so simple, but the cards are really nice.
So our main supply that we're going to be using today is the Citrus Squeeze background stamp from Inkblot Shop. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I love anything citrus, especially lemons. So when I saw this stamp set, I knew I had to have it. I bought it basically right when it came out. I haven't posted a card with it though. So I thought, let me use this for today's video. And we're going to just be making a couple of cards with just this background stamp. And like dies and stuff and other supplies. But this will be the only stamp we're using. So let's get started. So for this first card, we're going to be doing something I've been doing a lot, and that's a heat embossed background. So what I'm going to do is I put the stamp in the corner of my Misty along with the paper, and then I'm going to go in with some VersaFine. Or is it Versamark? Oh my gosh, it didn't look when I saw it. I always mess the two up, but it's the embossing one. Y'all will know which one I'm talking about, because you will have seen it, and I'm just forgetting, and that's okay. So I'm just pressing that down to make sure all of my clear ink is getting onto the paper, making sure the paper is sufficiently covered. And now I am just putting my paper over a coffee filter and pouring some white embossing powder from Ranger over it. I like to do half the panel, knock off the extra embossing powder, and then flip just so I don't make a mess, because embossing powder is prone to being messy. So now I am going to go heat all of that up, and I am just going to add some new creamsicle ink from Catherine Pooler. So that is the lightest of all the orange shades, and I'm going to do almost the entire panel of that except the center. So I'm going to go around all the edges, and it takes me a little while just because I've been using this ink a lot since it's new and I've been really enjoying it. And it's kind of starting to dry out, so I really need to get that refill. Anyways, I'm going to go just with that creamsicle all around, as I already said. I'm just filling time at this point. I'm here all week, folks. I'm here all week. So I'll stop. I'm just going to do that. Keep on going. Keep on blending. We're almost there. Oh, I'm not going to do that. I could get copyright. Okay. We're there. Okay, now I'm going to take Bellini, which is the second lightest or fourth darkest, however you want to look at it. And I'm going to go around almost as much as I did with Creamsicle, but not all the way. So I'm going to leave a little bit of that Creamsicle there, nice and visible, just because that's our lightest shade. And we need shade variation, people. We need to have all colors of orange present. So just going to keep doing that. We're all... Okay, see, I was like a little more on time with that. Now we're going to go in with some orange twist. Give a twist and a shout. Okay, so we're just going to do the very, very, very edges of that. And then I'm going to look like a crazy person in a couple of seconds after I get this final edge. And I'm going to rub it all over my hand because I did not have a paper towel present. And I want to go back in with some of that Bellini, and I did not want my Bellini ink pad to become way darker than it should be. So I used my hand as a towel. Oh well, and desperate times call for desperate measures, but this background looks amazing and it's going to smooth out even more. To finish off this card, I used the Meraki Moments Hey die set. You can just want to look at that. And then I also used some Ivory Opal gems from also Crafty Meraki. I just love how this came out. It's really simple, but it's really pretty still too. For this next card, we're going to be doing some tone-on-tone stamping with some Buttercup ink and also the Buttercup coordinating cardstock from Concord & Ninth. I picked these both up on a recent trip to Butterfly Reflections Ink. And what we're going to be doing here is basically the same thing as we did with the previous one, just in colored ink and uncolored cardstock. So we're just going to press down. Both things are in the corner. And look at that! I love tone-on-tone stamping. It's just a subtle touch, and I really like it. To save future Brennan from having to do so many voiceovers, I'm going to pop in now and do current Brennan. So I actually ended up stamping this again just to even out the tone. Really like how that came out. So now what I'm going to do is I have a piece of vellum, and then I have that pixie tape from Tonic Studios on it. Just need to push that down, make sure it's all good on there. And if you haven't heard of that, it's a really cool tape that works amazingly with vellum. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my deckled edge trimmer, and I'm just going to trim off some of this vellum so we can have a cool effect on the edge. There's one side done. As you can see, it's like deckled, and it has almost, well, not almost, it does have a distressed edge. And we're going to do this side, and I think that'll be nice and wide enough. Perfecto. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel off the backing. So I'm going to put that about right here. As you can see, still works as vellum, but you're not going to get any bubble spots. And I'm just going to cut off the excess tape. Okay, and there we go. Our vellum is on there, nice and good. Let's keep going. Funny thing, I originally had a completely different idea for this card, but I looked at this hello die and I was like, you know what, let's use it. So I just ended up adding this hello die from Pink Fresh, I believe. I think it's in like a bundle, so you can't get it on its own. I think that's where it's from. But I really like how this one came out too. I find that I need like general cards a lot, so it's good to have some that just say hello or hey on them. And I'm also realizing just right now, these cards, you don't need to be a colorist to do them. So anyone can really make these cards. So yeah.
Okay, I already mentioned this a couple of seconds ago, but isn't it so nice that you can get some really pretty cards without having to Copic color for once? Sometimes, while I do love coloring, it can be a lot. So these cards were really nice to do, kind of just a break from all the coloring. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Bye everyone, and happy crafting!